Most people hear the word compounding and imagine something powerful. Money, growing on money. Returns, creating more returns. A portfolio slowly turning into freedom. But when they actually start investing, it usually does not feel powerful at all. They put money in for a few months, then a year, then maybe 2 years. They open the account and see a number that feels almost insulting compared to the effort they made. They skipped spending. They stayed consistent. They tried to be responsible. And somehow, it still feels like nothing is happening. That is where many people quit. Not because compounding failed, because they judged it before the machine had enough size to work. In the beginning, you are doing most of the heavy lifting. Your contributions are carrying the account. Your monthly deposits matter more than the growth. But eventually, if you keep going, something changes. There is an exact moment when the equation flips. The moment your portfolio growth starts matching or beating the money you personally contribute. That is when compounding stops feeling like patience and starts feeling like power. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact moment compounding becomes a wealth machine, why the early years feel so slow, and how to stay in the game long enough for your money to start doing more of the work. And before we get into it, most of you watching these videos are not subscribed yet. So if you want more videos that help you build real wealth quietly, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Stage number 1, the packing phase. This is the stage where compounding feels the most disappointing. You are investing every month. You are doing the right thing. You are putting money into the market instead of spending it. But when you check the balance, it does not feel like a wealth machine. It feels like a small account you are manually dragging forward. And that is exactly what is happening. In the beginning, your contributions are doing most of the work because the account is still too small for returns to feel powerful. If you invest $300 a month, your biggest source of growth is not the market yet. It is you showing up every month and adding more money. That can feel frustrating because the effort is very visible, but the reward is not. You feel the sacrifice immediately. You feel the money leaving your checking account, but you do not feel the compounding yet because the base is still being built. This is like packing a snowball at the top of a hill. At first, the hill is not helping much. You are using your own hands. The snowball is small. The progress looks slow, but the snowball has to reach a certain size before gravity can take over. That is what the early investing years are. They are not the explosion. They are the preparation for the explosion. So if your account still feels small, that does not mean compounding is broken. It may just mean you are still in the phase where your job is to build the base and keep the machine fed. Stage number 2, the first visible momentum. This is the stage where compounding starts to feel real, but not yet life-changing. Your account has grown past the tiny beginning. Maybe it is $50,000. Maybe it is $100,000. The exact number will be different for everyone, but the feeling is similar. For the first time, the returns start getting your attention. This happens because the base is finally large enough for the same percentage to produce meaningful dollars. A 10% return on $10,000 is $1,000 before inflation and taxes. Useful, but easy to overlook. A 10% return on $100,000 is $10,000. Now it feels different. That $10,000 might be several months of investing. It might be bigger than your yearly bonus. It might be more than you used to save in an entire year. And the important part is that you did not work extra hours for it. Your money created it. This is not the full wealth machine yet, but it is the moment the machine starts waking up. Your portfolio is no longer just sitting there waiting for your next contribution. It is starting to help you. That is why this stage matters so much. It gives you evidence. You stop believing in compounding only because someone explained it to you. You start believing it because your own account begins to show you what is possible. And once you see that, it becomes much easier to keep going. Stage number 3, the crossover moment. This is the exact moment compounding becomes a wealth machine. It happens when your portfolio growth in a year starts matching or beating the money you personally contribute that year. For example, if you invest $6,000 a year and your portfolio grows by $7,000 or $8,000 on its own, the equation has changed. You are no longer the only one pushing the account forward. Your money is now pushing too. Before this point, you are mostly feeding the machine. After this point, the machine starts helping feed itself. Your contributions still matter, but they are no longer carrying the whole burden alone. That is why compounding can feel slow for years and then suddenly feel powerful. The return percentage may be the same, but the portfolio finally has enough size for normal growth to create serious dollars. And emotionally, This is the moment everything starts to click. You realize the system is not just a theory anymore, it is working. This is what people mean when they say they want their money to work for them. Not overnight wealth, but the quiet shift from only you doing the work to you and your money working together. Stage number 4. Why most people quit before this happens. The hardest part of compounding is not understanding the math. Most people understand the basic idea. Invest money, leave it alone, let time work. The hard part is living through the years where the math is working, but your account still does not feel impressive. That is where people break. They check too often. They compare their slow progress to someone else's lucky win. They see a market drop and think the whole plan is failing. They skip contributions because the balance feels too small to matter anyway. And slowly, the machine gets interrupted before it ever gets the chance to turn on. The problem is that people measure the wrong thing in the early years. They measure excitement, they measure account size, they measure how rich they feel. But before the crossover, the better measurement is consistency. Did you invest this month? Did you stay in the market? Did you avoid selling when things looked scary? Did you keep building the base? And if you are still watching at this point, it probably means you are not just looking for entertainment. You are trying to build something valuable for your future. So hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, because most people watching these videos are still not subscribed. Because the person who reaches the wealth machine stage is usually not the person who found the perfect investment. It is the person who kept going long enough for the same boring investment to finally become powerful. Stage number 5, how to reach the machine faster. You cannot force compounding to skip time. There is no safe shortcut that turns a small portfolio into a wealth machine overnight. But you can make the machine turn on faster by doing a few simple things consistently. First, automate your investing. If investing depends on motivation, it will eventually break. But if the money moves automatically before you can spend it, the system keeps working even when life gets busy. Second, increase contributions slowly. You do not need to double your investing overnight. Even adding a little more each year gives compounding more fuel, especially when your income rises. Third, stay invested when the market feels uncomfortable. Many people destroy compounding by selling during downturns, pausing contributions, or waiting until everything feels safe again. And fourth, reinvest everything you can. Dividends, interest, small bonuses, extra cash. The more money that stays inside the system, the more future growth it can create. That is how you reach the crossover faster. Not by chasing the perfect stock, but by giving compounding more fuel, fewer interruptions, and enough time to become visible. Compounding becomes a wealth machine when your money starts doing more of the work than you do. That is the crossover moment. In the beginning, you are packing the snowball. Your contributions carry the account, and the progress can feel painfully slow. Then the first momentum appears. The balance gets large enough for normal returns to matter. And eventually, the equation flips. Your annual growth starts matching or beating your annual contributions. That is when compounding stops feeling invisible. It starts feeling real. But the only way to reach that moment is to avoid interrupting the machine too early. Keep investing. Stay consistent. Automate the process. Increase your contributions when you can. Reinvest what the portfolio gives you. And do not judge the whole system while you are still in the foundation years, because those boring years are not wasted. They are the years that make the wealth machine possible. If this helped, hit the like button and subscribe for more videos on building real wealth quietly. And let me know in the comments, are you still packing the snowball, or has your machine started to turn on?